Hi guys, today we have a game for you in my Tier 10 British carrier, the Audacious. Now as you can tell by matchmaking, this is an all Tier 10 game, so there's no low tiers for me to pick on. Now,
Maintaining present course.
I forget what my captain's skills are, I forget what my modules are, but geez, I wonder if we're going to be mostly playing
Engaging enemy.
orientated skills. I believe I'm going more towards bombers than anything, but I forgot to write down what I have, but I'll throw those in there. But this isn't so much, well, this isn't totally just about the gameplay and look how awesome I am. It's kind of maybe a public service announcement also. Now, for those of you guys who were around during the RTS style carrier days, carriers ruled the sky. They could be everywhere. A highly skilled carrier player could control the entire map simply through spotting and keeping the enemy carrier at bay. Now you may be wondering, why did I just, dump some planes right away? Why did I pop a fighter overseas? Why did I do it more towards their end? I did it so our shimmy going to CCAP will see if there's anybody going to him. Now, if you are a DD, and yeah, it's not showing you the reticle, but if you are a destroyer,
We're under attack.
don't leave your AA on unless you're like a gun, unless there's something extremely like the Kabak. You're gonna be shooting all the time, so everybody's gonna know where you are. But if that Z had his AA off, I wouldn't have known where he was, and it wouldn't have been able to set up the drop in time. Now, if he's flying around you trying to keep you spotted, yeah, you have to turn it on or you have to do something. But here's another thing you guys gotta remember. I can only help one side or the other. I am mediocre or average at best. I am nowhere near the lines of a highly skilled carrier player. But I do watch those guys. Not gonna lie to you, I've asked Citizen, like when he's playing, why are you doing this? It's just so I can get better at carriers. And the reason you will see most carriers dump a load right away like I'm doing now is because those guys are going to get back to your carrier so much faster, which means you're going to have more time to potentially strike. Now the other thing is, you can see I'm trying to help our weak side. I got a flood on a curve first. Beautiful, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get his DCP out. Most people will put out one flood right away. So then I'm going to bring in the dive bombers and hope I get some fire set on this guy. And, now he's going to burn. He's going to burn longer than he would flood. But flood is a lot more dangerous because it does slow your ship down. Fires are dangerous because your concealment does go up. Now, as you can see, our team is heavily going to the D side, which means that this Japanese premium cruiser that I can't pronounce is kind of by himself. Now, the other thing you got to remember is I only have X amount of fighters. So dropping one at sea right away for our shimmy who didn't use it, and I kind of don't blame him. There's a Minotaur there, he doesn't know. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to slow these guys down. I'm trying to push this Kava back so he can't farm our cruiser. Now, I'm really not going to keep the guy spotted, but the other thing you notice, I get one strike, I immediately send everything back. And if you pay attention to the very bottom here, you can see that, I'm really not hurting at this point for planes. This is another thing to help you conserve your planes, or so I've been told. I'm not going to doubt that, but you can see I'm trying to do whatever I can to help these guys out. I really want to get rid of the curve first, but he was a little bit too close to the island there to make my approach the way I wanted to. Now I popped my fighter there because you know what? Shimmies and smoke. My fighter is spotting all this stuff for this guy. This is how I'm getting EXP through spotting also is by that. Now, the controversial subject will always carry us. The thing with them is somebody will find a way to maximize a carrier, however it is. Just like I believe it was iChase, you group everything up and you send it all in at once, like the old RTS days. Guys shoot with the, drop one load, hit F, and send the next ones out right away. Carriers now are damage over time, not the good old days of just pure deletion. So. Getting that stuff out. The other thing is, like, most carriers of old, they wouldn't go after the weaker ships. They would just go after the full hull stuff and get it extremely low where somebody else would finish it and they'd move on with their life and look for the next guy who wants to get the lead. Now, I'm just doing this because, you know what? If our cruiser back there wants to go after these guys and I can get both of their DCPs out, that's going to help him out immensely. And if they're going to let one fire burn, hey, that's more damage for me. As, in all honesty, the Kremlin should let it burn. He's got a lot of health. Just let it burn. It doesn't matter. Sorry for that cough. But I don't understand why at tier 10, there are people who don't understand you let one fire burn. Now, of course, I believe one of these two guys is still burning. I'm not sure what they're... If it's the Kremlin, it's great. But this is half the reason for this video. It's just Curvehurst is spamming AA. I need it. You're next to a freaking Minotaur. Okay, so while it's not the best anymore, because this was after the patch, you're still next to a freaking cruiser. 2 ships with their AA. You guys should be fine, especially with the way priority sectors work now. I'm trying to do whatever I can to slow down those guys over there because most of our team is parked behind D. It's a Yamato and a Montana up there. I notice our Minotaur is extremely low. Usually when you see me go to the minimap, I'm telling my ship, I'm setting autopilot coordinates. But with the, dropping one time and then, that whole thing you can see is I'm still kind of doing fairly healthy with planes. If I need to send out the torque planes I can, and God forbid, those things are still rearming, I can just send out the rocket planes. There's still a DD out there somewhere I can do. Hell, I'll even send them up against the, like a lone ship and get a fire and then try to get another damage over time. But I'm actually going to drop my fighter here to try to intercept those planes. And here's the thing, guys. Fighters are just going to stay where they're at.
Taking fire.
Most ships usually end up sailing right through it. And a good carrier will see, oh look, he's got his fighter protecting the midway. I'll go after the Yamato.
Approaching target.
The other thing is, now I'm not able to help out the other side because I have to come give you AA. Now, while it's not exactly horrendous to give AA, you know, I am flying my planes over here because this guy is alone. The carrier is interested in, and you know what? Keeping his health up means, you know, that's still guns in the game. So this whole, you know, begging for AA, you know, just ask the CV. Don't spam the F8 key or whatever freaking key it is. I forget. Don't spam it. Say, hey, CCV. And here we go. Now, if you are a chat ban, of course, all you can do is spam that. But hey, you've got to realize I've only got one fighter, and in order for me not to help the team, and the way carriers help the team now is through really doing damage, even more so by spotting, but even through spotting. I'm sure this Yamato can go dark, but, you know, because I set planes. Now, I am setting up for a cheeky, you know, maybe drop another step, but as soon as CCO dies, I lose a plane, I'm sending them back. Losing planes is what slows down your recovery time, your reload time, because, you know, now they have to bring a new plane up from underneath and do all of that instead of just, you know, the planes flying back. But on the point of AA, AA is, I think, really where some of the controversy or the problem comes from carriers. Now, I was going to go try to help out the Yamato here instead of the curve first, because I thought maybe that's where the Midway was sending his planes to. I can only help out one group or one ship or one area with fighters, guys, and that's all carriers. Now, I am going to drop a fighter here because, you know what? It's going to deter the carrier from going after him, and maybe the Shimano can get some nice shots in on the curve first. You can see I'm sending my rocket planes, you know, I don't care. I'm probably going to lose a lot, but some of the problem with AA is it just seems like it's very difficult to work out a good area, a good sweet spot between putting points and modules into your AA and having that be able to defend you, and then having the carrier also be able to go out and do things. Carriers now, you either get the damage over time or you look for low health ships and you try to finish them off. You also go after lonely stuff, you know, ships that are by themselves. But, you know, we can see I myself a couple times hit the wrong key to send out the wrong planes. I really didn't want to bring out the dive bombers. Or the tour planes. I wanted the dive bombers, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Mistakes do happen, and hey, if I can get a flood on this guy, awesome. But as you can see now, we're starting to get towards the end of the game. I personally tried to keep my fighters for the end game, late game, just because things are going to be low. Most people, or most smart people, are going to group up or be in a group to maximize AA. So I can kind of send my plane out to the lone guy like the curve first and drop my fighter and deter that carrier from getting at him for a minute, so hopefully he can get to a friendly cruiser and they can maximize their AA. But you know what, still sometimes guys will just go in. Like if you're low enough health, sometimes people will just, you know what, I'm gonna roll the dice, I'm just gonna get this guy dead, I'm gonna get his guns out of the game. Or what they're gonna do is, oh, my planes are up, I'm just gonna circle, I'm gonna wait. You know, everybody knows the cooldown for planes, and then send them in. But you know, luckily for me, the Midway, you know, decided to send them in with my fighter still up. Now, luckily for me, the curve first really didn't have a choice. He had to put out that fire. He's low. And that when I resent them, that I was able to set another fire.
Airborne.
Usually what I'll do towards the end of the game is, if I do get a fire on a certain part of the ship, I'll try to use my rocket planes to set a fire somewhere else. So if I notice the middle of the ship is on fire, I'll try to get a fire on the nose or on the rear end of the ship and get 2 fires that way.
Engaging enemy.
Here's another thing that just, popped up in my head.
We're under attack.
Getting your carrier closer to battle used to be very beneficial to you, because you could cycle through your plane so much faster in the good old RTS days. Well, you can still do it now.
Target.
If the enemies, if you do this right away, you're not going to have a lot of planes left mid or end game, due to the simple fact of, you're burning through them so fast. So you kind of got to be careful with that. Now, unfortunately, I'm out of fighters for the for this, so there's nothing I can do.
Taking fire.
Now, another thing is,
Approaching target.
when carriers drop their fighters, it takes like maybe 10-20 seconds before they're actually
Taking fire.
possibly engage
Our victory is in sight.
the enemy plane. So, you kind of got to remember that when you guys are doing this. And, it's kind of at this point where I'm like, you know what, this Yamato is coming down to where I'm at. And
We're under attack.
most carriers aren't running concealment anymore. I don't even know if I have it on here.
Airborne.
Just because getting up close really isn't as helpful to you anymore. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get any floods on the Yamato. But, this is what I mean. Like, if this guy's got fighters, I wonder where they're going to be. They're going to be by the friggin' Yamato protecting him. The full health Yamato at the end of the game. And you know what? It's the end of the game. I'm going to send these guys in. I don't care if I lose them all. Clock's ticking down. Time's winning. But, I'm going to try to delay it. Try to get the best approach I can to maximize my damage. Because, I'm going to send them in and I know I'm going to lose these things.
Engaging enemy.
But, I know I've been rambling all over, guys. And this is what I mean. Look how fast this thing destroyed my planes. And fighters should do that. There should be something that can counter carriers that effectively. But, we now have all caps. The Yamato's burning. This game's seconds away from winning. Hell, I don't even know if I'm going to pull off another attack against this guy before we point these guys out. So on that note, guys, we're just going to go check out the post-battle results at this point.
We're under attack.
I hope you guys did learn something. I hope you can take something away from this. And, guys got to remember, the carriers now are not the carriers of old. They can't be all over the place. They can really only focus on one little side of the map. As you saw by the team score, I didn't do too bad. But competing with the 2 guys who got 1 and 2, hey, what the heck? I feel like I did pretty good. I feel like I really did help out the team an awful lot. Now, I do appreciate I do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. I do appreciate all the comments you guys do leave behind. And for the gentleman who was like, oh, those poor Tier 7s and the Tier 9 games. How many times are Tier 7s bullying everyone else? They finally got bullied once. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.